Act 2, Starlight Sonata. 7. Crossroads of the Three, third of the astral moon.
Good morning.
Good morning, Melli. Good morning, Blaze. What have you both been up to today?
You know, dilly-dallying and such.
I was not dilly-dallying.
He was. It goes well with brooding.
Sounds like a wonderful morning. Can I offer you both something to drink in these early hours?
Yes, please. Can you make me something smart and sparkly?
Can do. Brains. Brains! Get out of this. 3. I mean, that's a sparkle. I don't know what it's called, but it's sparkly. Wait, no, because it's... then that adds the wrong ingredient and it's not the same. A fresh brew of smart sparkles.
Thank you. This is just the right amount of sparkles.
Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get you? Nothing. Alright. What's up your butt? So, has the cape found its way back home yet? Yes. The vampire was thankful, if melancholic. It seems to have awakened memories of old woe.
He seemed pretty excited to me.
He should be. It fits him well. Almost like it was made for him.
It was very interesting to see a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expected them to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger. I expected them to be the size of a colossal saber-toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much tinier.
A common misconception. Where did you find him? The fallen West Gate. It was a tragic sight to behold.
It was okay, just a bit crumbly. They can't rebuild it that quickly because giant wildfire badgers keep showing up at night. Apparently, they like to eat stardust.
Do you know a lot about giant wildfire badgers, Melli?
I do now.
Did you ask one for an interview?
No, and not very talkative. Alethea gave me a lesson.
After you stalked her for an hour.
I didn't stalk her, I was investigating.
Miss Anwar the vampire or the West Gate?
All of them. I've been hard at work the last few days trying to uncover the mystery of the fallen stars. I was already very excited to get a closer look at the West Gate. But when I saw a vampire traveling with a seasoned dwarf and a seraph clerk, I just knew I'd struck gold. They were clearly investigating the area just like me. Of course, I wasn't sure they would share their findings with me, or how deeply they might have been involved in the conspiracy themselves, so we opted to stay in the shadows. We watched them from the best hiding spots we could find, listening in on their conversations. Unfortunately, they were mostly talking about the quality of different pickaxes, but that didn't stop us from staying vigilant.
Us?
Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate.
I'm no such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. You make a great duo. We are not a duo.
Thank you.
So you weren't able to collect much evidence by eavesdropping?
No, not this time.
Then how did you end up getting zoology lessons?
Yeah, so, my stealth may need some work.
That's an understatement. She knocked over every stone we came across. It was a miracle none of them noticed us. They must have been struggling with a perception this morning. Yeah, the giant wildfire badgers sure weren't. She steered 3 of them our way. That sounds terrifying.
It was. I mean, they were taller than us and piercing flaming eyes and sharp teeth, but it was fine. Plus, Alethea was there. She saved us. Put herself between us and the monsters. They blasted her with their fire, and it didn't even hurt her one bit. And without taking a single hit, she banished them into the primordial sea. That's where they came from. Did you know that?
I do now.
They also can smell about 800 times better than us and know how to use chopsticks.
Chopsticks?
She told us all that after yelling at us for almost getting killed. It was so cool.
It does sound very cool. Did she share any of her investigation insights with you?
No. She told us not to worry about it. But she did tell me to work on my stealth.
Will you?
Yes. Blaze offered to help me.
Did he now? It was embarrassing to watch. I'm sure it was. Were you shaken up by the wildfire badgers? No. I've encountered countless horrifying creatures in my time. You cannot meet them with the fear of death still beating in your heart.
Wait, so you've met monsters before? What kinds? Which ones were your favorites? Which are your first ones you ever saw? Did they try to eat you?
Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been part of my life for many years. The shadows are full of them.
Really? That's scary.
Of course it is.
So, the first monster you ever saw were shadow monsters?
No, they were much worse than that.
What is it?
Can I have a drink after all? These words aren't flowing easily. Of course, same as last time. Yes. Let's see if I can find something sweetly charismatic. Ba-da-ba-dum. Spoken heart. Coming right up. A drink, just for you. Thanks.
So happy, so cute. How is it?
Fine.
That means it's perfect.
So, where was I? Oh, right, shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I'd just joined the Shadow Banes and was eager to prove myself. It said that there are great riches far in the depths of the Gravelmap, dangerous mountain range in the east of Izoa. Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold. And I owed some debts. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there, to the darkest of its crevices. Guarding its depths were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gemstones, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with my mortal weapons, so I distracted them with some gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I'll never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts.
They sound kinda cute.
They were not cute.
If you say so. Maybe one day I'll encounter some.
Pray you never will.
No thanks.
Huh? Hello. Lynn. Welcome back, Lynn. Are you alright? Yeah, of course. You want a drink? Yes. Give me something strong, please. No watered down muck. Got it?
Southern Brawler.
Strong with 0 water, just how you like it. Thanks. Needed that. You're welcome. Stay in, Keep. You got room in that neat little book full of recipes for one more drink? Sure. Got one for me? You bet. It's what my bubba used to drink back in the day. My adventure reminded me of it. Sailor's courage. Thank you, Lynn.
Why are you so sad?
I ain't sad.
But you look sad, and you sound sad, and the innkeeper looks worried, probably because you're sad.
I am worried. Don't be. Too late. Like I said, I ain't sad, not really. More, I'm not sure. My chest feels tight, and I feel lightheaded. Maybe I'm dying.
These are all side effects of being sad.
Who are you, anyway?
I'm Melli, the world's greatest detective.
Huh. I'm Carolyn. Who's that punk next to you?
That's my sneaky assistant.
You got a name? Malachite. Ah.
So, I would like to detect why you're sad.
Likewise. Does it have to do with that wyvern chimera whose saliva you were hunting for?
You met a chimera?
A wyvern chimera, yeah.
That's so cool. Why? How? You're alive.
Sure am. Do you remember that forgetful vampire, Melli?
Of course.
He put out a quest for chimera saliva. He thinks it might be able to produce a sunscreen strong enough for him to walk in the daylight once more. Carolyn was brave enough to pick his quest.
Wow, that's amazing. How would you even get the saliva of a guardian?
By killing it.
Oh.
Would you like to tell us what happened? Is that really necessary? I think it might be good for you. Huh. And very interesting for us. You don't really want to disappoint Melli, do you?
Miss Carolyn, will you please tell me the story?
Fine.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to kill it. Seems like an extraordinarily blasphemous thing to do. For someone non-religious, you concern yourself an awful lot with it. Just trying not to be a dick, that's all. Usually I got no trouble killing beasts, but my bubba would have lost it if I had told her I harmed a guardian. I think so, at least. Not like she'd ever fought any of them. But she had a natural ability to know when it would have been right to do so. I ain't got that kind of sense. We'll see about that. How did the fight start? On my way there, I changed my mind from fighting to sneaking. Thought if I was quiet enough and had a veil of the night on my side, I could just steal the saliva from right under its nose, or more. Drilled quite a bit, that thing. But I didn't know my way around the Quag Mangrove, and I wasn't as quiet as I should have been.
Oh, I know all about that. But you got a giant sword, so you were prepared, right?
Of course. Innkeep here hooked me up with some fire resistance. Came in handy. And this sword, well, was made for killing beasts. Even the good kind, I suppose.
Is it a magic sword?
Not sure. Doesn't do any magic tricks. But it's stronger than any average steel and can resist even the highest heat, even without practical potions. Used to belong to my grandma. She left it behind for me.
That's so sweet.
Your parents gonna leave you anything?
No. They weren't expecting to go, so they didn't think about that in time. But that's okay. I can find my own treasure.
I'm sure you will, kiddo.
So the Chimera noticed you.
Yeah. Sly Beast pretended to be asleep while I approached it with the bucket. When I tried to catch its saliva, it snapped at me. Would have taken my arm if I wasn't so tough. The ensuing fight was something else. Next to its dragon head, it sported a lion and a snake head. They fought me all at once with overwhelming ferocity. It was the fiercest enemy I've ever encountered. And even though its fire couldn't harm me, it took everything in me to best it. I may have defeated it in the end, but I felt honoured to have fought such a formidable foe.
You defeated it with your badass sword?
I did. This weapon really saved my skin. Dealing the final blow, I felt my grandmother was holding my hand and guiding me towards victory. Or maybe I just imagined that. Maybe that doesn't matter, as long as it felt real. Maybe. I even gave it a proper burial. It deserved an honourable send-off. I almost left the sword with it too, but it's too good of a weapon.
The dead don't need swords anyway.
Yeah. You know, I did achieve a dream. I saw a wyvern chimera in the flesh. I fought it even, and then killed it. Does that mean I killed a dream?
I think it means her sword saved you from dying. I'm sure that was a dream of hers too.
Possibly. But she would have found another way out of it, I'm sure. But she ain't here, so I thought maybe it was time I put her to rest off as well. Left my goodbyes for her with the chimera. Maybe I can pass them on.
May Twat listen to your pleas.
May he find that much mercy in his cold, dead heart. Is he dead, do you think? What, I mean?
I mean, he does reside over the spirit realm, and only the dead can go up there. So he must have died to have got there too.
Or he has always existed there. Was made to watch over the dead. He's a god after all.
There's no clear consensus on what the Great Spirit Dragon really is. A dead dragon, a god who could always control death from his very inception. A reflection of what we believe death to be. Death itself, he could be anything. What would you like him to be, and what hopes do you have?
I hope he's kind.
I hope so too. Then I think he's kind. Maybe we should follow his example.
That's what heroes are for, right?
Indeed. You're one of those, right, Lynn? Of course she is, silly. I have to agree. You know what would be heroic of her? What? If she brought the saliva to Kyle the vampire. I'm sure his joy would finally be able to walk in the sun will be extraordinary.
Too lazy to go yourself?
My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him.
Fine. Might as well. Need to get moving anyway.
You're leaving?
No, just need to move around. Any of you happen to know where I can find this vampire?
Last I saw him, he was at the west gate, being fireproofed. You should have no issue out there. I know where he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it.
Here to share?
I want to trade it. The information, I mean.
For what?
Could you teach me to use a greatsword?
That's it. Sure thing. Right now.
Is right now okay?
I've got time. It might take you more than one lesson though.
That's okay. I've also got time.
It's a deal then. I'll show you the basics and you tell me where to find the vampire.
Yippee!
That's it. If your assistant is alright with that. Don't care, not my circus, not my monkeys. Okay, kiddo, let's go. Innkeep, can we use your front yard? Of course. Go wild. Will do.
Are you coming too, Mal?
No. I'll stay here and have another drink.
Okay, you can join us later. I can't wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Innkeeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this to practice my sword and stealth skills?
Not yet. I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. I promise I'll have a quest for you soon.
Can't wait. I'm going to destroy any challenge with wit, stealthiness, and a giant swords. Ha!
I know you will.
But first I gotta practice. See you later!
Do you want another drink? I like her ambition. I like her naivety. Someone call it optimism. A waste of time. Delusions get you nowhere. You would know. Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all. Coming right up. Another spoken heart. If only that happened in real life, you could like have a drink to have confidence before like a presentation or like some kind of conversation. You're like, oh, I gotta have a hard conversation with X and Y person, with my boss, with my family. Let me just sip this up real quick. Some sweet optimism for my most pessimistic customer. This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks. Wow, I'm proud of myself here. You should be. So, Malachite. Just leave me to my pondering. Got it. Nighttime.
Hiya, Innkeep.
Hi, Fable.
I'm so happy to see the tavern looking healthy again, and you too. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in.
That's alright. I hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you.
No, not at all. I was very busy. A bunch of Ashen Grove trees got knocked over and I spent the whole time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with local wildlife. And of course I had to check in on the nearby settlements too. See if they needed help with any damage after all of that.
How did the werewolf settlement fare?
Okay, it took some damage. Everyone's okay, but only physically. They might have to relocate.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
They'll be okay. I'll make sure of it.
It's very nice to check in with everyone.
I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves, but that's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. Maybe I request something?
Go ahead.
Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine? Your drinks are powerful. I'd like something that would make me tougher, while also replenishing my social energy. I think I'm all done with helping out now.
But a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again. I don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. 1,000 wins, oh. But even without such a drink, I'm sure people were very thankful for your presence. Well, they weren't mad about it, at least. Though, I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was going to end. Yes, I recall. You were right, that it wouldn't of course. But I thought that people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of night sky. But everyone seems to be okay with it. I asked one of my sisters about it and she said, "Who cares? Some wide-eyed adventurer will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting these tomatoes." I don't even know if I could put them back. You can never put back what's lost. But you can always replace it with something new. I'm not sure that you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way. It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the night sky for a change. Right, but it still would be much nicer if some things would just stay the same. They never do. I'm just happy everyone is okay. Did you check in on Lynn yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside. I did. Outside on your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? It's very hacked up. That hacked up? Alright, got it, my lady. It was nice to see that she's okay too. She was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it was nice watching her train Melli with so much enthusiasm. And to catch up a bit. That too. She tried to rope me into their great sword training. Did you accept? I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach Melli. She's very sweet. Indeed. And I was just relieved to see Carolyn doing alright. Even though she was worried about Mr. Dragon. We don't have any way to check in on him. I hope he's alright. I'm sure he is. To celebrate our well-being despite the absurdity of this world, how about a drink? I'd love a drink. Can I try out that new one I requested? 1,000 wins, was it? In case I run into more people in need of help on my way back. I'm sure I'll find just the right thing. How do we make this new one? Need a bunch of this. And a bunch of this. Wait a second. There's gotta be something that will... Okay. There we go. Ooh, fancy. A breezy drink inspired by you and your kindness. Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. She makes the best drinks, right? They're okay. Really? Do you actually think that? Or is this just a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason. They taste good. As good as things can taste when you're, me. Well said, thank you. Awkward. By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf and a ranger, and I come here a lot. There are also an incredibly courageous and capable hero.
That's not true. Not yet. I'm working on it. Being a hero, I mean.
Why?
Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. And I want to help people.
Why?
Why not?
I'm Malachite.
Oh, you're Mal. I mean Malachite, obviously. Melli just talked about a Mal. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool and her new friend. She sounded very happy about it.
We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone.
Oh, okay. Then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That seems really mean.
She keeps following me.
And you take her along?
Not by choice.
I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all of this, but I think you should be honest with her and with yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zephod could be fixed with honesty as well.
You mean the missing familiar?
I heard several families are missing actually, and I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone's bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequences for their honesty.
Sounds like Zoford is going through an eventful time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye or two out for future developments. Zoford isn't far from here, is it? Not too far. It's in eastern Fazoa and is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbour town the Republic has to offer. I can only recommend its many summer festivals and pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley? No, not mine, but... Melina is seeking her first quest. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory. Good idea. I'll see if I can reserve it for her.
Sorry for asking, but first quest? I thought Melli just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests?
No, I was a similar age when I ventured on my first quest. The one with the horrifying nightmare creatures? Yes.
Oh, that's sad.
No, that's cool.
No, I think it's a little sad.
Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early. Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them with it when they're young so that they can accept its existence in their lives.
That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrifying doesn't mean we should confront children with that fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should we just accept it if we can make a world a better place for them instead? I mean, when you were on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures, weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred to not be alone?
It builds character.
A character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations? Sure did a lot of good for you there. Weren't your parents worried to death about you?
You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeeper? Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all the star debris, they're losing sight of the important things. Like feeding me new information. So true. So true. Is that very nutritious for you?
No, but it's fun.
In that case, the fun I can provide in a day is running out. Unfortunately, the horrors of this world do not stop chasing me, nor anyone else. I shall take my leave. Good luck.
See you around, with less horrors, I hope. Now I'm worried.
About Malachite or Melli?
Both. Are you really gonna send her on that quest?
If she wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Zoford is a beautiful city with very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. And I doubt she'd be going alone.
I hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared.
Very true.
Are you scared of anything?
Bad Yelp reviews.
I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria.
I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay.
You've got my 5 stars in the bag.
I would ask what you're afraid of, but
The answer would be everything.
is it?
Yes, but I'm working on not letting my fears stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when I'm scared, rather than not at all. Maybe that is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of?
I used to have a terrible habit of walking away from the things that scared me, but with the right people by your side, staying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they're still worth experiencing.
That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over sometime.
Perhaps, though one of my friends is sitting right here now.
Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me? That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home.
Don't worry, go home, fix the many things that worry you, and as long as you come back.
Always. I'll see you tomorrow, innkeeper.
See you tomorrow, my friend. Very busy day. I wonder if we gotta choose who we give the quest to. Probably. Tune in next time.
Living life